Alright guys, so yeah, welcome back to another one. This is 5 things I love about my Mark 1 Mazda MX5. Now I have had this car for basically 2 weeks now. There is some news coming on it, but let's just concentrate on this video because the news is the complete opposite of what you want to hear. So obviously I do love this car. I've only had it for 2 weeks, but I did have one a couple years ago, and that's what made me buy this one. So the first thing that I love about this car in specific has to be the colour combo. So obviously if you can't see, it's a British racing green with tan interior. Now what's special about this tan interior is obviously you've got the wooden steering wheel, the wooden gear knob and wooden handbrake, but I just think the green, like you can kind of see both colours there, they just work so well together. It's such like a vintage colour combo. Oh, that is amazing. I do get a lot of compliments about the car and the colour, and I think that's my second thing, is the comments that I get on the car. Obviously the Clio appeals to a certain type of like ASBO, like loud car, like just ridiculous. This appeals to a more tasteful type of person. So obviously if you're properly into cars, you know what this is. This is like an icon in the car world, and I just think the square plate, if you know what you're looking at, you know it's a Jap import. The colour combo, as I said, people love it. Like, it looks like a luxury car. Number 2 has to be the comments and the reviews I get from other people, especially compared to something like this. The number 3 has to be the condition, and that means it's obviously of this specific car. So it's a 1990, imported in 97, and it's had one owner since 97. So obviously I'm now the second owner. I've had it for 2 weeks, as I said, but it's been garage kept, so like the roof is immaculate. They've always unzipped the rear window. There's like no folds in the rear like window thing. There is some rust, as some people pointed out in the comments of the last video, but let's not beat around the bush. It's a 31-year-old car, nearly 32 years old. If there wasn't rust, I would be shocked. Things like this plastic plate thing have like broken. I was going to get around to fixing it, but I can't really be bothered. I think it just adds to, like, is it patina? I don't know. It just adds to the age of the car. But no, it's never going to be perfect. But I think the condition of this compared to some of them, for even more money than I got this for, dogs, like, this is in good condition, and I am proud to say it's mine. Now, the other thing that I like, or I find quite interesting, is actually on the inside of the car. So if we sit in here, I don't know if I'll need to do the ignition. So can you see that orange light? That comes on every time the pop-ups go up and down. That is the most useless light I've ever seen in my life. There's no light to tell you when the lights are on, but there's a light to tell you when the pop-ups are going up for half a second. It's things like that that make me laugh, and like, you could have put a light on to tell me that my lights are on, but no, just to tell me that half a second when they're going up and down. I love it. I think the fifth thing is something quite personal to me, and it's like what it means to me. So obviously I've had this car for 2.5 years, and I don't like to keep cars long. So the fact that I've had this car for that long is quite big. This is the first car of what I'm going to call my bucket list. So I've got hundreds of cars that I want to own, and this is one of them, and it just so happens this is the first one that I essentially ticked off of that list. So it's the 1.6 Jap import, green with the tan. It's the perfect car, which means it means quite a lot to me, because this was bought for me. Obviously it's the first car. My parents were nice, they bought it for me, but this is the first car I've actually gone out and bought myself, which I think is quite a big step, which obviously I am proud of. But there is going to be more news maybe in the next video, or I think it's coming out on Monday, of the plans for this car, because obviously I like to modify my cars. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Leave a like, comment any suggestions or improvements, what you think of the car. Hopefully I'll see you in another one. Cheers.